It's the blind bandit versus the psychopathic kid. The blind bender versus the Cherokee. So first of all, what's up? It's your boy Remy. So basically, recently throughout YouTubing and discovering, first of all, it's it's been a long day, so I'm not gonna get, I might not get far in this video, but now let me say this: screwattack, one good channel. I'm not gonna lie. And a if I do like a top 10 favorite YouTube channels, screwattack will be on it. Rad Brad, Caggy Films. It's a lot of YouTube channels, but you know, Screw Attack would be up there. Now, I personally love Screw Attack. They are one great community. Cause basically they do things that not just regular people do. Death battles, for example. Now, I can see the fanboy comics. Well, many people do that. They're not just the only one. Well, it's true, but they actually give more details about the character than any other person. Screw Attack, you are one of the greatest channels I've ever seen. I'm actually a fan of your death battles. That's my biggest thing. So recently they released, it was either yesterday night or yesterday evening. It was sometime yesterday. They released a preview of the death battle, Toph versus Gaara. Um, I'm gonna just throw this out here. I am more of a Naruto fanboy than I am a Avatar fanboy. Don't get me wrong. I love Avatar. It's a good show. I didn't really enjoy the movie. I haven't really watched Korra. You know, Korra with the Legends of Korra, I think it's called. I watched a little. I watched little by little of the Last Airbender or Avatar, however you guys call it. Anyway, I actually like Avatar better than Korra. I've seen a few videos. I even went as far as to watch Caggy Films, another great channel. I've seen him play the Legend of Korra's game. If I may, without being rude to all the Korra fanboys, I do personally think that Aang is actually better. But let me get back to topic before this happened. So basically, the death battle. Where were we? Yes. Basically, they released a preview of the death battle. Um, Basically, in this video, I'm going to talk about more of who I believe would win and why. So, looking at the review for Gaara, and because watching his fight with Sasuke and Kazuku, I think his name is pronounced, and his fight with Naruto when they were all young, I actually know a little bit about Gaara. So, he was a Sand Shinobi who no one wanted to be around. It's basically the same backstory as Naruto, but except, um, you know, his mother died trying to protect him because she had the seal on him. Anyway, so basically, Gar's father was the Kazekage, basically the leader. Basically, how we have a president in the United States in the Naruto universe, they have presidents, but not for the states, for more likely the lands of different places. It's basically like ancient China, where each land had its own emperor. So basically, the Kazekage is these things known as tailed beasts. There are 1 through 10. There were 1 through 9 until in Storm 3, Madara had mentioned the 10 tails and each beast being a part of it. And if you have Storm 4, then first of all, high five to you. I do not have that game. Wait, was it Storm 4 or Revolution? Revolutions. Ooh. I'm about to get a lot of hate for that. Revolutions. First of all, let me repeat that. If you have Revolutions, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution, then high five to you. I do not have the game. It looks terrific. It's basically supposed to be around the chapters of the later pieces of the manga. I have not read the manga. As far as I have gotten up to is manga 52, where Sasuke and Itachi fought Kabuto, even though I seen that on YouTube through gameplay and in the episodes and then the manga, but I did that in all the wrong order. So anyway, that's as far as I am in the manga. Back to Gaara. In Death Battle, basically Kazekage, his father, the tailed beasts, there are 10 of them. The 10th one, all of them put together. Basically, the tailed beast, the one-tailed beast known as Shikaku, was attacking the village hidden in the sands. Um, Basically, the Kazekage defeated this beast and decided to seal him in his own sun. Before we get any further, um, I got something to say to Minato and this Kaze and the fourth Kazekage. What is up with you guys sealing beasts in your family? I mean, come on. Like, seriously, whatever the issue is, you guys just need to stop. I mean, I know you guys are dead and reanimated now, but come on. Somebody should have said something to one of you two. Like, Gara should have said to his father, "Why did you put the beast in me? Do you know the crap I went through as a child?" And Naruto probably should have just, did a nice rough say shorty to his father for putting that in him. His father wouldn't have felt that anyways. So basically, here's the thing. Now, with Shikaku was sealed inside of him, he became a Jinchuriki, meaning he could access the power. But Shikaku, just like Kurama, both hated humanity. They despised it. It was like the worst thing ever to both of them. So, because of this, Gara had a hard time controlling the beast, and the beast would actually control sand around him. So, so basically, this gave Gara the power to control sand at such a young age. This is how he got so good at it. And he actually picked up the traits of Shukaku through despising humanity and only living to kill. Please tell me that's an airplane. First of all, sorry for the interference, but okay, it's a plane. So anyway, Shukaku, basically Gara picked up the abilities of Shukaku, the trademarks of Shukaku, meaning he despised humanity. He only lived for himself. So screwattack said that Gara can actually crush up sand to make more sand. I mean, not sand. I'm off today. I'm off. I had a lot of stuff on my. He could crush up rocks to make more sand. Basically, he's never without ammo. And what I found funny, I didn't actually know this till like later on when they said something. That gourd on his back actually is living sand in it. I swear to God, I did not know that was living sand. That was something new to me. What I basically thought was like, if Gara was to fight in a place without like sand, that's what it was, backup sand that he could control and could put back in his gore. I did not know that like that was the soul of his mother to protect her son, even through death. That is tight. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me get some living sand. I might go to my school right now and go to cause a rampage. But anyway, so basically, in his gore, he has living sand, and this sand is used to protect him, whether it's real or pretend. So basically, if Kankuro and Gara was sparring, nothing would touch Gara as long as the sand was up. But they say it's a perfect defense, an absolute defense. Screwattack, I'm gonna have to comment on that. I'm not hating. Let's go with this. In the Naruto episodes, I don't know if they're gonna bring this up when the actual death battle come. It's not the absolute defense. Sasuke proven that himself technically. Fighting Gara after he learned the Chidori, Sasuke hit the absolute defense that was supposed to be his mother protecting him, and Gara was bleeding. Like, he was bleeding, and Sasuke pierced straight through it. Now, for this, it's not actually absolute defense, so it can't be actually all that good. That's what I'm saying. It can't be an absolute defense if it can be pierced with such a weak Chidori. Even Sasuke was like, this is not the full strength of his Chidori. He could go 2 blows. So, had it survived the first blow, probably strike at the same place again, probably would have pierced straight through it, but not hit Gara. So, yeah. Gara, throughout the games and all of his movesets that I know of, he has a small variety of moves, like Sand Burial, the Sand Coffin. Since they don't do teams, they can Conqueror, I think her name is, and Gara cannot do their team jutsu, which is the burning sand coffin, which is in Revolutions. What else? What else? He also has the ability to summon shapes and forms of Shukaku, basically like face wise or sand wise. I don't know if they're gonna add this into the death battle neither, because there's a lot they can add and take out just because of Shikaku alone. Um, when Gara was captured by the Akatsuki, they had actually taken Shukaku out of him and added him to the statue, the little statue, whatever, at the Akatsuki's hideout. If you played Ultimate Ninja Revolution. Was it Ultimate Ninja? It was either Ultimate Ninja Revolution or Ninja Revolutions for the Wii, but it's the third one. It will show you the hideout, and it's basically a big statue. So basically, he doesn't have Shikaku anymore, but when he did, he had the ability to actually manifest into him slowly. Like, if Shukaku's rage had got over Gara and Gara couldn't control him, he would slowly but steadily turn to Shikaku, and his controller set will become more deadly, and yeah, he would become more deadly, and his moveset would actually make him much more difficult to kill. Because even Naruto had a difficult time killing him. Sasuke had a difficult time killing him, and at this point, Sasuke was almost like Naruto's superior. He had a technique. He literally had a technique that could cut through lightning. Come on, man. At this point, all Naruto could do was summon a giant toad. Hello, I have a technique that can put lightning on my finger and literally just cut through the thing that I'm putting on my hand. And you got a toad with a huge blade. Who's gonna win this fight? It's pretty obvious. You know what? Leave in the comment below who you think will win that fight between Naruto's summon toad thing, whatever it was called, versus Sasuke and his Chidori. I want to see what this is. So anyway, back to the matter at hand. So basically, Gara has a huge variety of movesets, but turning into Shikaku, which I don't know if screwattack will actually put in there, is another thing. Because if he can, then this whole match can be turned around. It would be that Gara can actually use sand-based attacks against Toph, and he don't just have sand-based attacks. Shukaku is also actually a wind user too. If you had actually seen the battle, Shukaku can do air bullets and a fake hydro pump, but with wind. So like he could focus, instead of shooting it at separate points, he can actually focus it all together for one big blast. So that kind of intrigued me. So that means like he could control both sand and wind, and that can actually make a good enough combo. So like if they do allow it, then Shikaku could just like shoot a giant thing of wind and knock Toph and a bunch of sand into the air, then just wrap her in the sand coffin and just like instantly kill her. Cause Shikaku can do that. He's done it to Naruto, but Naruto broke straight out of it. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I know about Gar for real. I don't really know too much, but I know enough about like his history and that he came up and that fighting Lee. Basically all the fights that I know of is his fight with Rock Lee, Gaara, Naruto, all of them, and Kakashi. He did fight Kakashi for about 15 minutes and then poof, Kakashi was like dead. Gaara was like, screw that. So anyway, to talk, as you remember earlier from this very long video that should have ended about 7 minutes ago, then you remember that I said that I honestly don't watch Avatar as much. I do. I want to catch up on it because it's a really good show. But Toph, out of all of them, was more likely my favorite female character on there. She was that one who was actually competitive enough and sneaky enough to get away with things that no one else would. So screwattack put it, she was born into a wealthy family and she's blind. I pretty much got that out during the intro. So being blind, Toph is you would think that being a bender would be difficult for her, but because she learned the ancient technique that screwattack said, which allowed her to actually called the seismic step, I think. It basically like took all the movement around her through the ground and sent it back. It's like echolocation with bats, but except with movement. So as long as somebody was moving on the ground, she can actually send the shockwave of the other thing back, of muscle movement back to her, and she could find her opponent, which I think was very interesting. So since the fact that in Naruto's universe that Gaara and them move around, actually, it would actually make it easy for Toph to actually figure out where Gaara is. So they didn't actually. There is, as far as I know, there's no array of moves that Toph know. As far as like Gaara with the sand coffin and the sand burial through the games that I know, Toph just makes rock, and she can make them as short as she want, as big as she want. She can control it as a defense and an offense maneuver. She mainly uses offense. Using it defense wise, she could probably make like a suit of armor, but that probably wouldn't be good to actually against Gara. But Toph is also a metal bender. She's the first one to act. She's actually the first Earthbender to actually be able to bend metal. Because in one episode I seen of Avatar, they cannot break out of cages when they were doing the little thing that basically gave facts about Naruto. Avatar. They were giving facts about Avatar, and basically what happened was they said that most earthbenders cannot do it. Toph was the first earthbender to actually create metal bending, which you can actually see in Lake of the Korra. I did watch a little bit of that, so that's how I know that the lessons moved over. So now being able to metal bend, this is where things can take a turn. Because if Shukaku is summoned, all it would take is for Toph to like get a big enough needle of metal and can drive it straight through him to instantly kill him. And being able to metal bend, this means that she can actually create a better thing of armor to protect her as long as there is metal around. Um, if there's metal around, she can create a suit of armor that can pretty much stop Gaara's ability to crush down the rocks around her into sand. So basically, it's kind of hard to say who would win the fight, but in my eyes, Gaara would more likely win. Um, because Shikaku has the ability to control both wind and sand. Gaara could go on a murderous rage spree, and if Shukaku's hate for humanity gets the best of him, if he has Shikaku, these are the victories of only Shikaku if they allow Shikaku in this. Gaara also controls sand. He can make any form of sand that he pleases, no matter what. He can do that. I just have a quick question. What if somebody could explain to me in the comments what that thing was in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2? We did the Kazuku boss fight. I think that his name is. I apologize if I'm messing his name up to all the true Naruto fans. I do not know this man's name. The guy who basically got the tongue and turned clay into explosive. Basically, he turned basic Shikaku into a hyper beam from Pokemon. If you can explain in the comments down below what that is, I would gladly appreciate it because that could be probably a thing to kill Toph with. I'm not sure. But anyway, being able to control sand means that Gar can break down other rocks, and because Toph is mainly more of a earthbender, she would throw more rocks. Gar can keep breaking down these rocks and keep gathering them to make more sand for infinite ammo. But metal bending could be a challenge because if either thrown hard enough or given enough metal, she might be able to pierce the absolute defense. Because like I explained earlier, it's not the ultimate defense. Sasuke has pierced straight through it. As a matter of fact, it can be perfect. A move that could cut through lightning could cut through that. So there's no saying that it can't be stopped. Another thing is that even though that Gaara can control sand, it can actually be used as a disadvantage. Like, if Tophs remove all earth from their battle, like all rocks, The only thing Gar has to protect him is the living sand. But that also fights too, so it's not just a defense, it's an offense maneuver as well. So if we just compare up their abilities, the only thing Toph would really have is metal bending to go against Gara with. Because controlling everything else would actually be a problem as far as Earth. Now, if you was to put Aang against Gara, then it could actually go Aang's way because of firebending. He could practically turn the sand into glass and just break through it along with the living sand. But since it's not, and we're going with Toph, that's what we're going to have to deal with. And basically, I'm gonna just say that Gara would actually win in my eyes because unless Toph actually can somehow fuse rocks and dirt and actually use this to so Gara can't get ammo, it's actually not going to work. So, and yeah, basically that's my analysis of the death battle. So basically, the death battle will go on. Toph might get the upper hand at the start by surprising God that she could also like throw metal and move it to her advantage. But the Shikaku form, if they allow it, it will be just like an ultimate shutdown. She won't get no further than it. And that's it. So basically, in my eyes, Gara would win a fight against Toph. So let me know in the comments below who you think would win and why. I would like to hear your opinions too for all the Naruto fanboys, for all the Avatar fanboys. I would love to hear your opinions. So yeah, if you have a reason that Toph would win, put it down in the comment section below, and maybe I'll do a video on it. And if you have any ideas for other videos for this channel, put them down in the comments below. I like it when you guys share ideas. It actually helps grow our community even more than what it already is. So until next time, I'll be out. Probably next time I'll talk about the new death battle that they showed in the preview with Samus and Boba Fett coming back into the arena again. I really wish it was like Boba Fett and Master Chief because that's an even more equal up battle. But you know, it is what it is. So until next time, Real Deal 45 signing off. Peace. Have a good day and see you next time.